Nigeria, our motherland, is grappling with a myriad of security challenges that have become an unfortunate part of our daily lives. From the northeast, where the scourge of terrorism has left a trail of devastation and despair, to the northwest, where banditry has become a major threat to lives and livelihoods, and the east, where secessionism challenges national unity. Kidnapping, a hydra-headed monster, stalks us all, leaving fear and uncertainty in its wake. Yet, amidst these challenges, glimmers of hope emerge. Research reveals a decline in insecurity over the past year, a testament to the tireless efforts of our security agencies. But security is not the burden of government alone. It is a shared responsibility, one that begins in our homes, our schools, and our communities. It is this belief that drives the work of the Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies. Through a forward-thinking approach, the Institute is equipping citizens with the knowledge, tools, and strategies they need to play an active role in safeguarding their environment. Join us as we explore the efforts to build a safer, more secure future for all Nigerians. About 2 decades ago, in Lagos, Nigeria, a vision emerged, one born out of necessity, a vision to confront the growing tide of insecurity, not with weapons alone, but with knowledge, training, and the resolve to empower a new generation by leveraging on the power of education, research, and strategic studies. In 2005, this vision became a reality with the founding of the Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies, ICSS Nigeria.
Started operations about 20 years ago, about 2 decades ago. After the registration with relevant bodies in Nigeria, vis-a-vis the Corporate Affairs Commission, the Ministry of Justice, as well as Ministry of Education. So the Institute is out to train, to regulate the profession of criminology, and to ensure networking among the members generally.
The Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies, ICSS Nigeria, is a vision registered not only with the law, but with a purpose.
It's no longer a news that not only in Nigeria but all over the world, the menace of insecurity is one that is of concern to everybody. And we have got to the point here in Nigeria when all hands must be on deck in ensuring that we address the issue of insecurity bedeviling the nation. So from our own side, from the Institute side, our own contribution is to see to how members of the society are adequately educated and informed on the menace of insecurity and the way out.
Every great institution needs more than just a vision. It needs guidance, wisdom, experience. It needs a compass to steer through complexity. At the Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies, that compass is the Governing Council, drawn from a wide range of disciplines: law enforcement, academia, intelligence, public administration, and civil society. The ICSS Governing Council is a reservoir of tested knowledge and leadership. It comprises seasoned professionals who have walked the corridors of national security and public policy. Their job to shape the future of security education in Nigeria. Their profile speaks for itself. Introducing the esteemed members of the Governing Council of the Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies ICSS, Dr. Ade Abolori, Chairman Governing Council, the First Commandant General of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC, Dr. S.A. Adekunle, Director General, Professor Oyenuga Adedeji, Consultant Development, Research and Publications, Honorable Dr. Adeyinka Bakari, First Vice Chairman Governing Council, Management Services, Professor N.A. Amusa, Second Vice Chairman Membership Services, Dr. Wale Amusa, Registrar, Honorable Dr. Oyewole Ade Oshinaike, Director, Governmental International Affairs and Coordinator General, Abuja Office. Other distinguished members of the Governing Council include Professor Omololu Shoyombo, Member Advisory Council, Mr. Joseph Wire, Member Advisory Council, Professor Adeyinka Aderinto, Member Advisory Council, Dr. Adeniro Adewale, Director, Education, Training and Development, Barrister Sunday Fiola, Legal Services, Mr. Tayo Olatubosun, Head, Audit and Finance, Mrs. Ijoma Blessing Nwobodu, Head, HR. Together, they bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to the Institute, guiding our mission to advance knowledge, research, and application of criminology and strategic studies. From setting the institutional agenda, to reviewing training standards, to providing high-level policy guidance, the Governing Council's decisions shape every critical layer of the Institute's work. But at the very heart of this engine of progress stands its chairman, Dr. Ade Abolori, OFR. Dr. Ade Abolori, OFR, the chairman of the Governing Council of the ICSS, was the first Commandant General of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. He is more than a figurehead. He is the chief steward of the Institute's legacy and the guardian of its future.
Criminality had assumed a different dimension, different from the past and the previous experiences. And so new devices, new technological approach has to be adopted, has to be strategized towards ensuring that we nib in the bud to curb excessiveness, to curb extreme and extremity in the circle of the economy.
With a vast reservoir of experience in leadership, national security, and institutional governance, the Institute is able to keep its academic programs aligned with real-world security needs. The Governing Council of the ICSS ensure that course content stays relevant, that standards remain high, and that graduates are not just qualified, but battle-ready for today's security landscape.
We have designed so many professional programs, which makes it very unique. Actually, we have the, we'll call it academic, but it's still a professional. That is, we have designed the diploma program and the membership program. The diploma program is to catch the young members who are just coming from secondary school. So they will start with our diploma, they will progress the higher diploma, and finally postgraduate diploma. So after that, then they will now sit for qualifying exam. If they finish the postgraduate diploma or higher diploma with working experience in the relevant industry, then they can now move to become a member.
Under the watchful eyes of the Governing Council, the Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies, ICSS, has grown from a vision to a national force in strategic education. Their foresight has guided expansion. Their integrity has inspired trust, and their leadership has lit the path forward.
Well, I thank God for our man, Dr. Adekunle, and I thank God for all board members, as well as the chairman. It's painstaking. It's not a serious sit down at home and watch the movies. It takes him a lot of movement in terms of moving from one end to the other, partnering with different institutions, collaborating with a lot of institutes to ensure that they work together, to ensure that they achieve in a common objective in trying to provide adequate security to our nation, to our society, as well as for Nigeria to also contribute its quota towards global peace. And if you look at it, they have gone to the extent of partnering and exposing the institution to University of Lagos as well as its environment. They have gone to LASU to also introduce the institute.
Criminology is a vast program, so wide that we have really segregated it so that you can specialize and at the end of the day become a professional criminologist. One, we have criminology and security studies. Two, we have criminology and media studies. You know, in anything you are doing in life, you cannot underrate the fact of the fourth realm, which is the media. And we have the criminology and security itself. We have criminology, cyber crime, and we have other areas. So that when you concentrate on that, in your diploma program, at your higher diploma, by the time you are getting to postgraduate diploma, you are already vast in the knowledge of criminology. The qualifying exam.
I am Gunan Henrietta. The Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies has come to advance knowledge, research, and peacekeeping to all human relationships. It is offering professional consultancy. It has seminars, workshops, and many numerous, too many to mention. It is our core objective to educate and professionalize security and peacekeeping.
My name is Abdulmalik Garba. I'm working in the Institute in Criminology. The Institute is fighting criminology and terrorism in Nigeria. The finding of the Institute in Criminology in Nigeria is to fight criminals in Nigeria and terrorists above border on Nigeria or across the nation.
My name is Cindy Christopher Megari. I'm a staff of Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies. And the mission and vision of this institute is to advance knowledge on criminal acts and also to train people on how to stop the criminal acts in the country, and also to come together with other armed forces to work in hand with other armed forces in building the peace and stopping the act of criminology in the country.
Behind every class is a facilitator with real-world experience. Experts who have walked the field, who have worked in intelligence, policing, cybercrime, journalism. Their mission is to prepare Nigeria's next generation of criminologists.
This institute have a lot of great potentials. They have great and very vibrant, resourceful persons. These people are assets to the nation. These people will add value to the nation. These people, because of their vibrancy and the level of their competency, the level of their capability and what have you, are one source of major resource which we need.
We have about 5 to 6 faculties now, specifically 6. And we pick these faculties based on the societal needs. For example, we have a faculty that has to do with criminology and media studies. It's the combination of crime training, crime prevention in line with medias. We have criminology and legal studies. These are other faculties on its own. whereby we look at crime and laws of the land together. We also have cyber security, which is what is invoked now in terms of fraud, system fraud, and so on and so forth. We have criminology and peace studies. Of course, as a nation, if there is no peace, we can't enjoy our lives. So the faculty looks at how peace would be inherent in the society.
Over the years, the Institute has not only trained future criminologists, but also helped professionals already working in security agencies enhance their knowledge. Through hands-on experience, field simulations, and rigorous academic programs, students were equipped with practical skills to address real-world security challenges. The Institute's graduates become leaders in law enforcement, intelligence agencies, and civil society.
ICSS is the foremost institute that deals with sensitizing people about crime, preventing crime, talking about peace in the society. Our school, our institution is power, been blessed with people of let me say academic professionals that comes together. How we now accredit our program to ensure that it meets the needs of the society. We come together, do a very different program, like our seminars. We discuss on what is happening in the society, and we now bring it to the classroom. Not only that, we have conferences where people discuss relevant information as touching criminal and criminology in the society.
The voices of the Institute's leadership echoed a shared belief that security education is key to national peace.
A lot of enlightenment has taken place. A lot of exposure has been done. People are now, unlike the previous experiences where people are not knowledgeable about what is happening, people can now perceive what is security, what is insecurity, and where does the Institute come in to combat, to complement, and to also add value.
Crime is an issue that cuts across all areas of life, from family to workplaces to religious formations, educational institutions, everywhere. The issue of crime is multifaceted. It cuts across all areas of human endeavor. Therefore, solutions to crime are generally not a one-angle affair or a one-angle solution.
Honorable Dr. Oyewole Adeoshinaike, the Director, Governmental International Affairs and Coordinator General, ICSS Abuja Campus, is leading a movement to mainstream security education, not just as a policy, but as a culture.
Security education is a good thing that the government of this day must imbibe in their curriculum. And we're going to work very closely with the Ministry of Education to get this information across to all our institutions of learning.
By promoting security education and partnering with security agencies, government institutions, local communities, and global experts, the Institute is creating a powerful network of solutions driven by data, informed by research, and guided by strategy. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher G. Musa, commends the Institute for its invaluable contributions to national security and its commitment to strategic research and capacity building.
What the Institute is doing is good because they are bringing awareness. Security awareness is critical. If you go to our neighbors, these neighboring countries, once we step in there, they know you're a stranger, they will report. We'll see something that is not doing well, they report. But like I said, in the past, we used to just sit there and say, no, it's the issue of the security agencies. But now people are realizing that no, they equally have a role to play for success to be there. So I commend the Institute for the job they're doing. I want to encourage them not to get tired, not to continue to do more. They should go into the media space so that they can also spread out this the information on security. The challenges we're facing are not only peculiar to Nigeria. Other countries are equally facing, and we're happy that we are succeeding. But we need everybody to be on deck. We need the support of everyone. People should stop supporting this bad eggs. These guys don't mean us well, and they don't care for anybody. They kill children, they kill civilians, they kill women, elderly, for whatever reason. So they're just a bunch of deranged people with skewed ideology that is false, is fake. And so that's why it's important for all Nigerians to put hands together with the government to ensure that we'll secure our country.
In 2025, the Institute reached a pivotal milestone, the opening of its new training center in Abuja. Strategically located in the heart of Nigeria's capital, the center signifies more than just physical expansion. It represents a bold statement, a commitment to the future of security studies and the professionalization of criminology across Africa.
The Institute was majorly brought to Abuja because Abuja is the seat of government. So to make easy accessibility to all security formations we have in the system. Now that we have all agreed in the Institute to work with the government of the day into bringing policies, ideologies that will kill the menace, not only from the surface, from the root causes of this insecurity, then the Institute must be in Abuja to get its work done.
And you can also see that the infiltration and penetration to Abuja is another major breakthrough to ensure that they get to the city of government, to also assist to arrest and avert all these incidences that is happening left and right, and for government to also see their contribution in terms of international networking, international collaboration and partnership with other institutes across the globe, just to ensure that we bring to the doorstep of all stakeholders, as well as those who are in security and those who are not in security.
Today, the Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies, ICSS, stands as a symbol of hope for a more secure future, offering cutting-edge programs and partnerships with leading security agencies. The center blends theoretical knowledge with practical application. As the Institute collaborates with key Nigerian security forces, it also ensures that students are ready for the challenges of the modern security landscape.
You can see the former chief of defense staff, former chief of army staff, present chief of army staff, as well as others. You see all others also from immigration, from civil defense, from NDLA, from the Nigerian police force, to acquaint them of further studies, to also alert them and enable them to see further approaches which will add value towards curbing the activities and excessiveness of saboteurs.
We have majorly three categories of membership. We have the associate. The associates are generally the young graduates from universities and tertiary institutions. We call them freshers. We call them fresh professionals. A member is expected to spend about 5 years on the associate level and then graduate to full membership level. And then for another 5 years, between 3 and 5 years, a full member is expected to graduate to the fellow category of the institute. And we must mention that even among our fellows are of different rating and ranking. There is a particular categories of fellowship that we call the distinguished fellowship category. The distinguished fellowship categories are reserved exclusively for the highly placed members of the society, people at the peak of their careers, people who have done so well for the nation. Usually this one comes as an award, as an appreciation. So that this one is not actually, you don't write exams to become a distinguished fellow member of the institute. So we have people who have labored, heroes and heroines of our nations, of this nation, that have labored for the nation, people in the military service, the paramilitary service, tops civil servants who have also gotten to the peak of their careers, and those, and of course our politicians, people who have actually labored and toiled for this nation, are those ones that are qualified as distinguished members of the institute.
Well, I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate Mr. President, to congratulate all well-wishers that are currently working with him, and think of positivism for Nigeria. You see, the challenges that are normally faced by administrators sometimes will it be different from the previous past? Can there be a change? Can this bring a new thing? Of course, government has brought in creativity. They have brought in a lot of innovations and invention. They have also brought in a lot of experts and expertise who will be able to ensure that over time we get rid of whatever it is that we're facing. You can say, for example, as of 2015 and now, the insecurity situation is the same, far off. There have been a drastic reduction in terms of criminality. But the fact of the case is that as operators, as experts, prepares to cope, the criminals themselves don't sit down and snore. They also equip themselves. For example, look at from banditry, it has got to hustling, it has got to kidnapping, it has got to ransom collection, and what have you. And these are targeted towards developmental plan. Government aim high. Government is installing so many installations, preparing towards ensuring the society changes. They are after destructive issues. And everybody cannot be in politics at the same time. Let's give him support. Let's rally around him. Let us become more aware that somebody somewhere is working, and is working in the interest of the nation.
Let me say a big thanks to our Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa. His humble disposition towards a secured Nigeria is second to none. He's a good man. We need generals like him to get this nation forward. Yeah, he's a good man. Then Otumagbenga Daniel, the Senate Committee Chairman on Navy, has always been there. He was my governor when I was serving under him in Ogun State, and his fatherly role is exceptional. He never ceased to attend to us in anything that has to do with progress of this nation. So a big thank you to him too, and other service chiefs at large.
But the journey does not end here. The Institute envisions a future where it becomes the leading institution for criminology and strategic studies in Africa, with branches across the continent. Through online platforms and global partnerships, the Institute aims to become a hub for innovation, research, and the advancement of security education worldwide.
You can see the turnout of promising students and promising leaders, from the Institute. So it's a potential organization which I'm believing we want the turn to become a university of its own.
In the face of rising insecurity, The fight for peace requires the effort of every Nigerian. The Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies invites all citizens, government, security agencies, and the general public to join in the building of a more secure and resilient Nigeria. Together, we can shape a future where fear no longer defines us and where the promise of safety and peace is realized for all.
We all have a role to play. You see something that is wrong, we support the members of the armed forces wherever you see them, whatever assistance we can give them, please do, to make a lot of progress. Just say complimenting them, thanking them, praying for them for their success. When you see something that is wrong, and you also report to them timely efforts are made. We should not be those ones that are supporting these criminals, those bandits, those ones that are trading with them, giving them for fuel, doing them food, and all these other things should desist from it. Over the past, we had this erroneous impression that the security matters should be left totally to the security agencies, and then some people just feel they could steal anything going wrong, they're disputing. But if you look at it, what is the strength of gather all the security agencies in the country compared to over 200 million population? I mean, it can't be everywhere. Nigeria's landmass is over 923,000 square kilometers. It's massive. The security agencies cannot be everywhere. So that's why it's important that everybody, wherever you are, you see something that's going on wrong. Even if it is a security personnel that are also doing something wrong, on can stage reports, so that action can be taken, and then make sure that they remain professional. It is when they are professional that they will be able to achieve success.
We have to raise our consciousness. We have to be alert and work hand in hand with government. We have to partner and collaborate with government. We have to ensure the success of government by trying to give them maximum support so that all these things can be. But after all, they are doing all these things for our sake, to ensure that we have a level playing ground, to ensure that the criminals are brought down to their own level. So the support is ours. Where they want to provide enabling environment, conducive environment, provide information where available, assist and support security organizations, and ensure that we get to the level of ensuring that no more criminality. Of course, we can't rule them out, but agitations are always here and there.
My message to all Nigerians is for us to come together and let's deliberate on how to make Nigeria a safer place.
The Institute of Criminology and Strategic Studies, ICSS, 20 years of commitment, a future of fortified peace.